I fasted for 3 days straight. That's 0 calories for 72 hours. I didn't eat any solid food, any supplements, just a couple liquids here and there. And I'm going to share all that in this video along with my results, how I felt during the whole process, what I did to lift me up, and my body weight. And really quick, if it's your first time encountering me today, I want to say welcome and thank you for watching. All of my content is based around tools, tips, and protocols that we can implement to upgrade our minds, our bodies, our spirits, to live a long time, to feel amazing, to really operate really high, how human beings, how we deserve to operate. So if you're interested in those kinds of things, I would appreciate if you considered subscribing by the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. It feels really good to have some calories in the morning, especially what's in the form of MCT oil, or specifically C8 caprylic acid, or brain octane oil, right, from Bulletproof. This is coffee with reishi mushroom, along with some Shilajit, along with a little bit of brain octane oil, just a splash in there, right, to keep me kind of going, to help me maintain ketosis throughout the day while I'm doing my intermittent fasting. So let's get into it. I ended my 3-day fast. I started. My last meal was on Saturday night. My last meal was on Sunday night. I fasted through Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday night, right at the 72-hour mark, I ate my food. And why did I decide to go ahead and do a 0-cal 3-day water fast? So for me personally, 2 reasons. I had never done it before. I attempted it once, and on day 2.5, I didn't really feel too good. And so for some reason, I said, I had a thought, let me eat a green apple. So I ate an organic green apple, and so I ate it at the edge of my bed. I had a meeting to go to in like an hour or so, and I was like, okay, I hope this makes me feel a little bit better. And then within probably 3 minutes, just the whole apple just shot right back out my mouth. It wasn't even vomit or throw up, just the chunks of apple, just like that. It looks like I just cut it up and threw it on the floor. And I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. So after that, I didn't experiment much with long-term fasting. Anything beyond 24 hours, actually anything beyond 36 hours. And to put into context as well, I do experiment with intermittent fasting. I personally do 23-hour daily fasts. I've been doing that for a few months. Even before that, I've been doing like a 16-8 window. And then before that, I was doing like a 12-hour window. So and I've been keto adapted and fat adapted for a while. So it's easier to go into long-term fasts when you have been in ketosis or in ketosis, have experimented with it, because your body knows how to use fat as a fuel. You're not going to have these massive sugar crashes, the next day from having high carbs or processed carbs or anything like that. So that does make it a lot easier. And so this time around, I felt good and I was able to go through it. So that was the first reason why I did it. The second reason why I decided to do a 3-day fast is I've been having some digestive issues, and I have some more content on that coming later this week. It's really interesting how I solved it, but let me put it this way, is that the 3-day fast did not solve the problem. I'm actually still trying to figure out what it is exactly that was causing this kind of inflammation, this little flare up in my stomach. But with that being said, that's a topic for another conversation, because I could talk a lot about that. But I wanted as somewhat of a reset, and it does reset a lot of things in the body, but it just didn't fix this specific problem that I was looking for it to fix. But with that being said, that doesn't mean I didn't gain any benefit, because I did. So those are the 2 reasons I wanted to do the 3-day fast. Now, who should do long-term fasts like this? If you're a healthy person, you don't take medications, prescriptions, and you're generally like in really good health, it's pretty, I'm not going to advise to anyone to do a 3-day fast or long-term fast. Please consult with your doctor. This is not medical advice or a substitute for medical advice. But if you are a healthy person, generally you can very easily go into fasts like this, and very long-term fasts. Especially if you are overweight or have some body fat percentage that's on the high side, you can easily just use that for your energy. We don't have to eat. Starvation is like this thing that we've been like misinterpreted, that we've been misguided on for years and years and years. But anyway, that again, a whole other topic of conversation. But day 1 was very easy for me, because I planned it around an event. So for me, usually the first day is always the hardest. So since I do 23-hour daily fasts, it was really easy to go to 23 hours because I'm used to it. Then on the 24th hour, I noticed that I was starting to get kind of hungry. I was getting some signs from my body. It was just used to that timing, right? Because I eat at the same time every day. My body was used to it. So what I did was I scheduled an event on it. There was a workshop in Anaheim, like an hour away from where I live. So I went to that, and that lasted all night, came home, went straight to bed. So the first day was really easy for me because I planned my life around it, okay? I wanted to be out of the house, busy, communicating with people, doing my thing. So the next day, day 2, started to feel pretty good. Like nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. My energy levels were stable. Everything, just my normal baseline. And granted, my normal baseline is pretty high. My energy is always usually high. My cognitive function is always high. So I was just pretty normal for me. And then the night of day 2, trouble sleeping, woke up in the middle of the night. This was not the first night, but the second night, right? So going into day 3, woke up, kept waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, feeling really nauseous, which was weird. And then I woke up that third morning, really nauseous, and I felt like crap. And I had to get my daughter ready for school, right? Let's be practical here. A lot of us are parents. I had to get her ready for school, make her breakfast, and I was like, oh God, I just don't want to do it today. But we pull through, right? Discipline just made it happen. So I did it, and then once I dropped her off at school, I came home and I was like, okay, what can I do? So there's a few things. And I've heard of people experiencing being nauseous when doing long-term fasts, little periods of nauseousness, which is interesting because your body is empty. So I don't know what the mechanism is behind that. But what I did was I took 2 caps of activated charcoal. I just uploaded a video on that. The link is right here or right here. I don't know what side the camera is going to put it on, but an awesome video on activated charcoal. Essentially, what I was assuming is that my body obviously is using fat for fuel, right? And very briefly, I go deeper into this into the charcoal video, but toxins are stored in fat cells. And so when you're burning fat for fuel via lipolysis and transferring all those fatty acids and using them and utilizing them for energy, those toxins that were in the fat cells get re-released into the bloodstream, which can cause brain fog, energy dips, things like that. So I assumed that I just had some toxins being re-released into my body. Took some activated charcoal, felt way better. Then I drank a bunch of water. Mineral rich water. I have a reverse osmosis system, so the water is super pure. And then I added Mega Mag. I added a bunch of salt. I was drinking salt throughout this entire 3-day fast, a lot of mineral water. I drank green tea throughout this fast. Little pinches of stevia here and there, which are completely fasting friendly. I did also consume like medicinal mushrooms like reishi, which has been proven in studies to actually enhance autophagy and actually promote cell death in breast cancer cells. So again, that enhances a fast. I was drinking black coffee, no MCTs, no, just black coffee. That coffee alone and caffeine actually enhance fat burning, and they actually enhance the fast. They increase autophagy, right? So this has been proven in studies already. So I was consuming things to support my body and to enhance the benefits of the fast. What I also did that morning when I was feeling nauseous is I made some green tea and I chopped up some fresh ginger and I put that at the bottom of the cup. So I didn't eat the ginger, but I just kind of let it steep with the tea, and that made me feel a lot better as well. So after I did those 3 things, drink a bunch of water, activated charcoal, and some ginger inside some green tea, I felt way better. Felt awesome. Then the third day was like, whoo, super clear-minded. I could think beautifully. My meditations were on point. That's something else that I like about long-term fast, is that it just practices discipline. Like once I started really like getting into fasting, especially 23-hour daily fasts, my discipline, my relationship with food has just completely enhanced. Like food doesn't run me anymore. And food used to run me. If you watch all my other videos, I've talked about it in the past. Food used to completely run me. And when you can take control of that and find other sources of stimulation, or, another thing is that you really get to sit with yourself, because a lot of us use food as a coping mechanism when we're bored, when we have emotional issues, stress issues. When you don't eat, when you force yourself to not eat, especially for long periods of time beyond 24 hours, you're forced to sit there with yourself and really dig deep and see what's going on, right? Very beneficial there. I love that. So beginning of the fast, I was about 180 pounds. At the end of the 3 days, I was 171. So 9 pounds in 3 days. Crazy, right? And then after I ate, 172, 173, 174. So again, a couple pounds came back, of course, water weight, things like that. But I mean, that's pretty significant, 9 pounds in 3 days. And the thing is I felt good while doing it. And so that confirmed also the whole activated charcoal thing and why I felt better after taking charcoal. Obviously was burning a lot of fat, releasing a lot of things. Bowel movements were easy to go. It's really interesting when you're not eating anything, putting anything in your body, and you still go to the bathroom, right? It's like, okay, cool. There's something in there that needs to get out, and now it's out, and I feel great. So Personally, would I do it again? Yeah, definitely. I'll probably do this once a month or so. If you want to start getting into fasting, I would personally, what I would do starting over is exactly what I did. I would kind of narrow my eating window down to 12 hours, and then if you want to go beyond that, then 16, and then if you want to get really hardcore, you can do like 20-hour daily fasts. That's pretty advanced, so I don't expect everyone to do that or want to do that, and you don't have to. There's awesome benefits just from doing 12-hour fasts, right? You can look it up. Look up Fasting, the documentary. It's on YouTube in 3 separate parts. You can watch that. Very beneficial, very informative. And if you want to get into longer term fasts, start with 24 hours, then do 36, then do 48, and then make your way to 72 hours for a 3-day fast. Pretty soon here, I'll be trying and experimenting in the next few months or so with more long-term fasts, such as 5-day and 7-day fasts. I can't wait to try it, just to try it. I mean, I'm not saying that's the, super medicine or anything, although fasting is really healing for our bodies. I just want to try it out, and I'd be super pumped to take some of you on that journey with me. So if you're down, I'll let people know when I'm doing that. We can all do it together, get a little group chat going, and hold each other accountable and support each other in that. Let me know if you'd be interested. Leave a comment down below. With that being said, guys, that was my 3-day fast experience. It did not solve the digestive issues that I wanted it to, but I got so much more benefits. I dropped some fat. Really quick, I want to note on, but when you do long-term fasts, your body's eating muscle. You need to look into that because that's not necessarily true. What your body is doing, the catabolism, is when it's eating the muscle, it's not eating good muscle. It is eating muscle, yes, but it's eating dead and weak muscle cells. So you lose a little bit of that. But then when you go back to your workouts after 3, 5, 7-day fasts, you'll notice you build muscle so much more quicker because you got rid of dead and weak muscle cells, and now there's new ones there, and the fibers can grow a lot more efficiently. So very beneficial tool there, especially for muscle growth and stuff like that. Not that you're gaining muscle during the fast, but it's the bounce back effect that happens coming out of the fast when working out and then fueling yourself properly with the proper nutrition. Very beneficial stuff I've been looking into. This is just my journey. Again, I'm no expert, I'm no nutritionist. This is something that I'm just sharing what has been working for me. So I hope I brought you value in this video. If you're this far into it, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button and click the bell if you got some value. I go live once every maybe 7 to 10 days now, but I'm uploading videos a lot more frequently. You'll get notified every time I do that. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, ideas for future videos, leave a comment for me down below. I read and reply pretty much to every single one. And I'd like to know, have you guys ever experienced a fast? Have you ever done long-term fasts, intermittent fasting? What's the longest you've gone? I'd love to know, because that way we get to know each other more as a community, and that way we can support each other more, connect with each other more, and help each other out. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And if there's anything that you need, please let me know. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Stephen Ray Warren. You can see more of my daily activities, meals, protocols, things like that. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.